My name's Charlie, and I've been with the company for a little over 2 years. And I came on just originally just because the company had gotten to a point where it's kind of like ready to take the next step as far as growth is concerned. And the company was originally started about 7 years ago, and it was started over in Wilmore, just outside of the stadium area here in Charlotte. And a buddy of mine, Chris and David, had started it just really as a passion project, just to do something good for the city and the environment. And they started with a bicycle and a little trailer going just through the neighborhood, picking up compost buckets and just small compost operation themselves. And over the course of a few years, it grew, and word of mouth, which is really how the company's grown over 7 years. It's just word of mouth, and one thing, led to another and branched out to where we are today, as our service area is all the way from Davidson to Ballantyne. We're Charlotte's only compost company that partners with restaurants, apartments, office spaces, single family homes, events. We're multiple events around the Crown is one of our bigger events, other, smaller festivals, things like that. Pretty much anywhere that there's food, we could, have a place at. But restaurants are a huge partner of ours, like yourself, right now, because of the volume, so that's a big target of ours is our restaurants. And then we have several office spaces in the city, and then, a lot of single family homes, tenants in apartments and things like that. Yeah, we try to make, our whole thing is to try to make it as easy as possible for people to do the right thing. And so for a restaurant, that's interested, we offer a free month for them to try it out. Staff trainings to come in, see the setup in the kitchen. How can we, a different size of bin or something like that, based on the size of the kitchen or the operation, training servers, things like that. We come in, see, what their setup looks like, work with them as much as they want us to, and we give them that month to try it, to see what kind of volume they would produce. As we all know, especially in the times that we're in, restaurants are on a really tight budget, maybe more than we'd seen in previous times pre-COVID. And so we want them to see the impact that they can make, and to also then be able to see, how that might fit into their budget. The overall environmental aspect, as far as like the carbon that it retains, is unbelievable when you get into just the microorganisms that go back into the soil. And unfortunately, most current farming practices are just till the soil, which really creates an unhealthy soil. And there's studies out there that say that we're really looking at 50 to 60 harvests left of usable soil. And the reality is, in America, we rarely, at least currently, see the issues, and we go to the grocery store, we go to the market, and we'll come back next week and get more tomatoes, more lettuce, things like that, when in other parts of the world, that's just not the reality. If they don't have usable soil for their crops, because their crops are literally their livelihood, now you see territorial issues, people fighting over land, and that's kind of out of sight, out of mind here in our country, and so we're trying to do everything that we can, to create more usable soil so that more fresh foods, can be grown, and we've seen in our world over the past few years the health issues that have come about even more in our front windshield of our lives, and we're not mostly getting any healthier, and so not only do partners like Summit Coffee and all of our other restaurant partners and homeowners, it's a minimal effort, we like to say, not only for the health of our community right now, but the health of our community and our world as we move forward years and years and years down the road, our kids and our kids' kids and things like that. Absolutely. Yeah, to better understand the impact of composting, I mean, the easiest thing's Google. I mean, like that's where we all should start, like Google it, but we, are certainly open to any kind of, someone reaching out to us through Instagram. Easiest thing is emailing, just any kind of questions. I mean, even if you're composting at home, which is phenomenal, we totally obviously support that. We're the company that if somebody says, I don't have the time, I don't know how, or anything like that, then give us a call. But if it's your passion and you know how and you can execute it at your house, by all means, go for it, do it. And even if that's you and you have a question or like, I'm not seeing success with this, what might I do? We'll totally help you out, so just reaching out, asking the questions. I mean, or, even for our residential clients, they do get a small time to try it out. So even if they're not sure, they want to try it out at their house, then try it out, and see how it works. Absolutely. As a company, I mean, we're really blessed to partner with the people that we do, and we're just as thankful for the, local market that has, one location, as a single mom or couple that started the business and this their only location and they're, just scrapping by, but they see composting as a valuable part of their business plan and they do it, all the way up to, multiple locations, so that goes without saying. But Summit itself, I mean, when I came on back at the end of 2019, you guys Summit was the main location in Davidson, and now we pick up Davidson College, we pick up, in Burtdale, we pick up the Roastery, you're getting ready to open a location in Plaza, there's the one in Noda, and so it's exciting to see the company grow, which I know y'all are even outside of, our area in Charlotte. But just like we were talking about before, the coffee grounds add such great, nutrient content to compost, and the volume, for someone that does the volume of business like Summit does in other coffee shops is tremendous. And just last year, I mean, I think the numbers here are like right around 54,000 pounds, which is mostly, if not all, coffee grounds. And so, an average soil creation, would be, you're looking at about a third of that would be produced into soil, so, rough math on that, somewhere around 18,000, pounds of usable soil. And so, you think about, you start with just one bin, which seems insignificant, but then one bin turns to two bins, turns to 2, 3, 4 locations. And now the impact of Summit Coffee alone, as a company is tremendous. I mean, we have other partners that have, multiple restaurants and stuff like that. And Summit is, right there along with all of them as far as what you guys are doing to really make a massive impact is phenomenal to see. Thanks for having me. Absolutely. Yeah.